So there's rumors going around that Rolls-Royce might be planning to sell its SMR subsidiary. So how true is this, and what impact will this have on us as investors in Rolls-Royce if it's true? So far Rolls-Royce has been doing quite well in terms of being on track to winning the SMR contract for the UK, and they've passed stage 2 of the generic design thing. But the more important news right now is that they might be planning to sell the entire subsidiary. So Rolls-Royce would benefit by selling because it would provide them with a substantial cash influx, and the valuation of the SMR subsidiary is around $2 billion right now. So if they were to sell the entire thing, they would get like $2 billion. That would be substantial cash for them, and they could then focus on their core business strengths such as their defense and flight sector and work on improving their engines. Now, Rolls-Royce selling this subsidiary doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to sell the entire subsidiary. They could do a partial sale or a joint venture or a complete sale. But I feel like the complete sale might be a bit unlikely. All they need right now is they just need a little more investment. And with the valuation being around $2 billion right now, they're planning to raise like a few hundred million. So it seems like they're going to probably try to sell like a good chunk of this business, of the subsidiary, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to sell all of it, and it seems unlikely as well. And they seem to have put a lot of like effort and work into this, so I would not expect them to just sell it off for a couple of $1 billion. And if it did even sell as a complete sale or something, I'm pretty sure the valuation when it's actually being sold would probably be more than $2 billion. And even the partial sale would probably be selling for like a bit overpriced, because it should be a bit of a speculative price. I could be wrong, but this is what I think. So it's just basically to be able to continue and to not invest too much of Rolls-Royce's own money, which they've just come out of debt. So they probably want to keep a good position, especially in uncertain times where something could happen again to the travel industry and then they will be stuck again. So they probably want to manage their own risk and maybe put the risk onto the external, like third-party investors. £280 million have already been invested into Rolls-Royce SMR by investors including Rolls-Royce itself, as well as BNF Resources, Constellation and the Qatar Investment Authority. And £210 million has been given as a grant from the UK government. So overall, I think everything so far is going well, and whether Rolls-Royce sells or doesn't sell, I personally think it's a good idea for Rolls-Royce to raise funds by selling part of the SMR business, because there are risks involved and there will be costs involved, and they don't want to fully be funding everything when they themselves just got out of huge debt. However, they should still obviously control a good share of it to be able to still benefit from the rewards that it will give in the future, that we hope it will give. But of course, with still diversifying a little bit to make sure that they're not just pouring tons of money into something that just ends up burning cash and then some regulation comes out, and there is of course always a risk of an accident or something happening. Hopefully everything will be fine, and I'm still holding my position, which is growing and growing and becoming a larger part of my portfolio. Completely fine with that. It does look a bit tempting to just like take profit right now, but I'm just playing the long game, and as I said, I'm not investing more money into it right now because it's grown to become a very large portion of my portfolio. But I'm comfortable with how it's going right now. But until now, I haven't seen any news saying that they have won the contract or anything, so this thing has seemingly taken longer than expected. But I mean, it is a very big deal and it's a big project, so it's understandable. Best of luck to all you Rolls-Royce investors, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.